Hey gang, welcome to episode 10 of the Witch Awakening podcast. I'm your host, Melissa Rippey, a spiritual and awakening coach for witchy women who want to heal old wounds, tap into their desires, and manifest their most magical life. Hey, so today I want to talk about how to remove negativity. Now, this is going to be a high level, very dumbed down, simple explanation, but the practice of this can be not as easy as it sounds. So, first things first, you have to go through and identify people and things and places in your life that are bringing negativity into your world, okay? If something or someone feels toxic, stop putting focus and attention in that direction, right? If you can think of something and someone and you instantly feel annoyed or triggered or anxious or anything like that, that is your body giving you a clue that that is not for you. And usually when I say something like, identify the things in your life or the people in your life that are causing you negativity or toxic, something will instantly pop into your head. So whatever it is that just came to your mind, that's the thing, that's the person that you need to focus on first, because they are bringing a visceral reaction, a somatic reaction from your body. Your body is telling you, this is not for you, this is not okay, right? And it's okay to admit when it's a person, even if it's a family member. Look, I have said this for years, but blood makes us related. It does not make us a family. Family is an earned title. It's reserved for people who make us feel good about ourselves, lift us up, encourage us, yes, give us constructive but loving criticism when we need it. Of course, for a little course correction. I mean, we all need that from time to time, but the difference is it's loving. It's not hurtful. It doesn't make us feel like crap. It doesn't make us feel 2 feet tall, And it's more love than criticism, if that makes sense. So, it's not, somebody that is constantly putting us down or telling us we're dumb or ugly or fat or any of those things. Those are not okay. Okay, a person who is family, who loves us for us, will not be doing stuff like that. And I don't know if you guys can hear that little squeaking sound. My puppy is laying next to me and he's obviously dreaming. He's sound asleep, but he's making those little sounds, so he must be having some sort of dream. Anyways, I just thought I'd tell you what that little sound was, if you can hear that. Pretty cute. He's family. He's loving. Puppies are good at that. Find yourself a puppy to hug. Okay, so that is the first thing that you need to do, is really identify the people. It can be things, right? It can be like food or alcohol or drugs of some sort. It can definitely be things, right? Or places, if we're going to like porno websites or strip clubs or any other place that is causing us toxic negativity. Those are all things we need to cut out as well. But 9 times out of 10, when you are thinking about negativity that you need to cut out of your life, it's going to be people. Because unfortunately, we tend to tolerate people being negativity in our life more than we do places or things, right? We tend to be able to cut those out a little bit easier. But people are hard, you guys. I mean, it's hard. Cutting family members out and, people that have been friends for like 20 years or more, sometimes that can be the source of our negativity. It can be the source of our draining, like, reality. And it just, they have to be phased out. And sometimes not completely. Sometimes it just needs to be less, right? We just need to stop being so available for those things and those people. Which brings me to my next point. So the next step after we identify, and you could even make a list, you guys, but after we identify who or what we need to get real with. The next step is stop giving it access to you. Yeah, I yelled that a little bit, but I want you to hear me. You need to go through, you need to unfriend, you need to block numbers. Any of the things that you need to do for people who are hurting you, for people who are draining you, causing you negativity in any way. Yes, I said block. No more of this freaking unfollow or hide options on social media. That's fucking stupid. No, look, cut the cord completely. There is no reason, hear me, no reason that we need to keep someone on our friends list just because they're our family or a classmate or somebody we've known for 20 years, right? We've already covered this. If they're causing you harm, they've got to go. Just because you cut the cord on socials also does not mean that you have to stop being family. So, for example, I have family members that I have blocked on my social media or I have unfriended on my social media, even very close, like, family members, right? But guess what? Every time I would interact with these people online or just having their energy near mine or on my page, I could feel that. It brought me negativity. It brought chaos and it brought arguments and it brought just craziness. I blocked them on my social media. Now, do I still see them in real life? Yes. Do we still have civil conversations in real life? Yes. Right? It doesn't matter. Like, here's the thing. I don't even think that some of them even have noticed that I did those things. Right? Like, it was for me. I don't have to explain myself. I don't have to tell them. I didn't say anything. I just did it quietly. I may have discussed it with my husband and, just kind of gotten a second opinion because my husband's opinion matters to me, and making sure I do like to check myself and make sure I'm not just like gut reacting out of ego and being like, they hurt my feelings, fuck them. You know what I mean? But when it becomes something that's problematic on a regular basis, you guys, and it's every single time like that you think about them, your gut reaction is, oh God, or or you just feel drained or really sad, or it triggers you in some way. Get rid of it. Don't let it keep popping up in your face every other time you're on social media. There is no reason to hide them and block them and still keep them on your friends list. What is the point of that? Because now you're not interacting with them. They can't see you. They can't see any of your posts. But you're still keeping that route open for the energy to flow, right? That makes absolutely no sense, right? It serves no purpose other than you not wanting it in your life, but being too afraid to cut that cord entirely. So I'm going to say, cut it. Cut it. Get out whatever energetic tool you need, scissors, a machete, a big katana sword, like whatever it is you need to use, but cut that bitch. Cut it. Okay? Now, I realize this is a very unpopular opinion, but I don't give a shit. I realize that hiding something doesn't help fix the situation, and energetically, it just keeps it in your life, right? Cutting it out completely helps to start the healing process. Cut it. If you keep even that one little thread connecting you, you're giving it permission to keep entering your life and entering your energy field. You're leaving the door open a little crack for it just to keep coming in back over and over and over again. Okay, why not shut the door? Peace, right? Get on out of here. It kind of baffles my mind how people will not in person. We would never allow. Well, some of us would allow. I won't say never. But for the most of us, we would not tolerate the behavior that goes on social media, in our email, in our instant messages, in our texts, whatever. We would not allow most of that behavior to continue in our real life, like in our face-to-face life, if somebody was standing in front of us saying those things and disrespecting us in those way and treating us in that way, most of us would be like, what the fuck? Get out of here. Like, you are crazy. Like, don't talk to me that way. Don't disrespect me that way, you know? Yeah, sure, there are some people who are wounded who will definitely put up with that shit, especially from like parents or brothers and sisters or whatever. But here's what I'm telling you. I am giving you permission right now to cut those motherfuckers out on social media. And if it needs to be in real life, it needs to be in real life also. You know, if those people are causing you harm and they're wounding you, you don't need to keep them in your life. I do not care if it's your mother. I do not care if it's your brother, if it's your grandfather. I do not care who it is, right? Like I said before, blood makes us related. It does not make us family. And just because we're related does not give someone permission to be in our space and treat us like shit. We are all worthy of being treated like the divine, amazing beings that we are. Okay? So if people are in your life right now who are treating you that way and you have them hidden on your social media, go cut the motherfucker off. You're going to feel so good about it. It feels a little weird to do it, like to actually hit that button can be hard. It can. You can sit and hover over that thing like, oh man, really? It feels so final. But that is the power that we give social media. Just because we're unfollowing or unfriending or blocking somebody on social media, like I said, doesn't mean that we have to stop talking to them in real life. You know, if real life is not that much of a problem, but having them on a social media is, remove the problem. Then we don't secretly have all this resentment and this like, you're fucking pissing me off kind of stuff, you know, toward that person. Recently, I had to do this with a very close family member of mine. The social media thing was just getting really out of control. There was lots of arguing over posts. There was lots of just disagreements on stances on certain things in our world. And, you know, I just decided one day that for the sake of our relationship, because it had really tanked, because I was having these inside my heart, I felt lots of like resentment and like irritation and just like, oh my God, you're so annoying kind of feelings. And I'm sure that this other person did too, because we just fundamentally disagreed on some very big things, right? And that's okay. But in real life, we can definitely agree to disagree and get along and not have a problem, still have a good time and be, you know, family and love each other. But on social media, it was really getting toxic, especially for me. I was definitely starting to have some issues. So I recently went through and blocked this person on social media. And it did feel very, very weird to do, but it has brought lots of peace. I don't have those feelings anymore. I don't constantly, you know, get triggered by things, and it doesn't have the power to affect my relationship with that person. So, you know, we can just go on real life. What are we doing in real life, right? Like what's actually happening in front of our face instead of hiding behind social media or just letting things on social media in general affect our relationship because we're being triggered by each other all the time. So just a real life example that I practice what I preach. This is something I totally have done with a lot of people. And I have a lot of people that just like, oh, I just hid that person. I just unfollowed that person. I just hide all my, you know, like I hide their stuff from me. Why do that? Like, what is the point? I just don't understand the point of that option. Like, you either want to see their shit and you want them to be able to see your shit, or you don't. Like, it's really that simple, right? I don't know. People like kind of give this power to the unfollow and the block button that if you do that, they're just canceled from your life, which is so not the thing, right? It's just you choose not to have them in your energetic space every day, all the time. They just don't have that much access to you, you know? Like, think back in the day, you guys. Our family didn't have the kind of access they have to us now. They can't look into our windows anytime they want. which is what social media is. Just come looking in our windows whenever we give you access. You know, we're posting all this shit, all these photos, all these opinions about our opinions about life. And, you know, nobody, you saw them for holidays and birthdays and that kind of thing. And that was kind of it, you know, like then you just lived your life and nobody had an opinion about that shit. You know what I mean? Like it's crazy that we give people this access to our lives and we put so much power on what they think and what they feel. Live your life, dude. Do you. Everyone's different. Your life is going to be different than mine, and mine's going to be different than yours, and that's beautiful. Like, live what your truth. Live what's working for you. Anyway, a little bit of a tangent, but I want you to go through and really think about it. And your social media is the biggest place where all of this toxic stuff can come into your life. And we hold on to that. We give it so much power. But I'm telling you to go right now, take back your power, get rid of the people that are causing you problems, go through your hidden list or whatever it is, muted, whatever you have. Just unfriend those people. Cut it. Cut the cord, you guys. Okay? And then the final piece of advice that I have is you need to make sure that your energetic spaces are clean and clear, right? So go through on a regular basis and sage or whatever it is that you use to keep your energetic spaces clean. Okay, if it's essential oils, if it's sage, if it's Palo Santo, like however you Reiki, whatever you do to keep your spaces clean energetically. Go through and sage. Sage your house, sage yourself. You know, yeah, it can be a lot of work, but it can also be very simple. You don't have to do the whole ritual, open all the windows, open all the doors. You don't have to do that shit. It'll still go out, even if the windows are closed. I don't open my windows freeze shut in the winter, you guys. They straight up ice over. I can't open my windows in the winter time. So, but I just set the intention that the energy is going, like any negative energy is leaving when I'm doing sage. I don't care where it goes. I don't care if it goes out the window. I don't care if it goes out the roof. If it goes, just dissipates into thin air. I don't care where it goes, but it's getting removed in some way. So whatever that looks like for you, keep it simple. Don't make it hard because then we won't do it, right? Just go through, stand in the middle of the room, face each corner of the room, swipe some sage or spray or whatever you're doing up in that corner. And I repeat in my head, all negativity must leave. Only love and light is welcome here. That is all I do. Stand in the middle. I turn to each corner and I sage the corner and have the intention that it's filling the room and cleansing everything in it. I do separately do my pillows and my beds because that's where we have a lot of energy expelled, in our beds and in our pillows where our heads lay. And I also will take the time to sage my phones, the computers, anywhere that energy is going in and out of our house, right? Phones, computers. I cut cords, clear energy, release anything that's no longer yours, call your energy back from wherever it may be, and send any energy that's not yours back to wherever it belongs. I usually say with love when I'm doing that, so somebody doesn't get snapped with an energetic rubber band when that energy goes back to them. Because some people who are sensitive will feel that. It's never my intention to send that back like a rubber band, like snap, there's your shit. So I say send it back with love. It gently goes back to the person that it belongs to. And then, like I said, I sage my computer, my phone on a regular basis to help clear my online spaces as well, and any communication lines that I have open. I want to release anything negative coming in or out from those portals, right? And I will bring up my pages, like my Facebook page, my YouTube page, I have a website for my business. I will bring those up on there from time to time. Like a blog, if you have a blog, that's a good one. And sage with the intention of clearing that energetic space, because when people read your blog or come to your website, or like for me, when they're looking at my prices and like, oh, holy fuck, who does this girl think she is? That kind of stuff, that sticks to your page. That energy sticks to your page. So I will clear those also from time to time. A lot of times when I'm cleaning my computer, I set the intention to clear all my online spaces as well, so that it releases any of that. So nobody's picking that up. Like when they come by and somebody just was there and had a negative reaction to something on your page, the next person that comes in and kind of is there can pick that up, right? Can pick that up and be like, ew, what's wrong with this page? Like, it makes me feel gross, right? So, all of those things, keeping your spaces clean and yourself, and, I sage my kids, my husband, everybody, my dog, he hates it, but I just kind of flick it in his direction, the smoke, and he like looks at me like, stop, what are you doing? But removing negativity, it doesn't have to be as hard, right? As people think. I already said, just keep it simple. Identify the problem, stop giving it access to you, and then keep things clean. Right? There you go. Sounds simple. Not always as simple to implement, especially when we're cutting people out. If you're cutting someone out in real life, I mentioned this but didn't really talk about it. It doesn't have to be hard. It doesn't have to be drama. Just stop being available. When they call, don't answer. Hey, I'm busy right now. Everything okay? That's usually what I would do, right? Like just check in. Hey, listen, I don't have time to talk right now, but like, is everything all right? Do you need anything immediately from me? Or can I talk to you later? The less you pick up, the less you give them access, eventually they'll just phase out. They'll just stop calling, if that's the intention. If you need to cut it off. Be like, hey, listen, you know what? I don't think that we're really jiving right now. I need a break, or I need to be done, whatever it is, but set that boundary, keep it for yourself. You don't even have to tell the other person that you're doing it. That's not necessary. The boundary's for you, you don't have to make drama about it. Just do it. All right. So go get started on cleaning up your spaces right now. See how much lighter you feel. That's what I have for you today. Be sure to connect with me over on the Witch Awakening Facebook group, or over on Instagram. The links to those will be in the show notes below. Head over there to the group and tell me, what is your favorite way to remove negativity, people, or things from your life? What little rituals or ceremonies do you use? Let me know. Things I have going on right now, I'm booking appointments for the rest of the year for one-to-one work. If you wanted to communicate with your loved ones or spirit guides and angels on the other side, this is for you. If you want some one-on-one intuitive coaching time with me, this is for you. If you want some help cutting out the negativity, this is for you. Go to www.melissarippey.com/work-with-me to get your appointment booked before they fill up for the end of the year. I don't have a ton of spaces open, so they do fill up. So make sure you go check that out if you're wanting to do that. Thanks for joining me today. I will see you next time. Be sure to subscribe so you can get notified when the new podcasts are uploaded, and leave a review over on iTunes. That lets them know that you love it, and it gives it a little boost so others can find us. Stay magical, and I will talk to you soon.